Well, hey,
Oh
we
my
love
God,
that
Bill, I don't know
opening.
about you, but Elon Musk killed the bull run. It's
Oh,
over.
oh, what a shame! And it was such a great bull run too.
It was awesome. Just when I thought I was going to make $1 million, or
Oh, I know, me too. I was that
maybe
Lambo
5
in
or
my
10.
sight.
That's the news. That's the feeling. That's the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's out there.
Yeah,
So, don't give up yet.
yeah. Single-handedly destroyed crypto with
Yeah,
one or
that's
two tweets.
that evil man.
Yeah, yeah.
So how you doing, Bill?
Crazy. I'm doing great, Jeff. How about you?
Good. Well, I didn't jump off the curb today because of Elon.
Yeah, me neither. I went for a walk down by the river and blew off some steam, maybe.
Yeah. No, that's good. I unplugged from the crypto world today and
Yeah.
just chilling out. Out.
Yeah.
So welcome everyone to
Yeah. Welcome.
Bitcoin Brody and the Crypto Cadets. I'm Jeff Brody.
I'm Bill Sheltima.
And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
For
And before we go any
education.
further,
Yeah.
what are we not, Jeff?
What are we not?
Yeah, we are not financial advisors.
We are not Oh no! Don't never confuse us with financial advisors.
Yeah. That's right.
And we're entertainers.
That's for sure. We're doing our best. Yeah,
We're doing our
having
best.
fun.
Yeah.
We're entertaining each other.
What else? Oh, we're here for education.
Education. Yeah, there's always something to learn, and sometimes relearn. Things we're going to be talking about tonight, are still issues that people are having in the cryptocurrency space, and it's something that we need to continually address and talk about and remind people.
Yeah, we need to work on our relationship with crypto.
Yes. Yeah, and the responsibilities that go along with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what are we starting off with tonight?
Well, so Elon does his tweet. We talked about that on Thursday, and the markets took a big dive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the markets were going to take a big dive anyways, because, Bitcoin was setting up for a Wyckoff move. And I know Chris MM Crypto, he called it. A bunch of other people were calling it to get into a short position on Bitcoin. So, Elon tipped it over the edge.
Yeah.
That's all. And, we talked about one coin, that's it. So the other thing we're going to talk about is we don't think that the bull run is over. And there's a couple of crypto projects out there that kind of say it's not over either. And we'll talk about that. And then lastly, how one individual got scammed out of $2,100 in crypto.
Yeah.
Her entire holdings gone in minutes.
Yeah. It's so sad when you hear those stories. Our heart goes out to them because, I don't have a lot invested, but I'm probably not too far off her mark. And you think, it's that heart-centered space that most of us are in that nobody else could be that mean and that cruel, right? We project our goodness onto people that don't deserve it, and we give too much trust. But we'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, so Elon Musk definitely had me thinking and looking and watching. Everything kind of dropped except for one or two of the coins that I have. And so I guess we're still in altcoin season, we can say.
Yeah.
So that's good news. There are going to be projects that are going to be doing well. There were a few that were kind of false starts, I think, like the Shiba coin. There was supposed to be a community pump on that Friday, and that never happened. But I still hold faith in it. I have some in it. And I think a lot of people still do. And people want to believe in something. People want to be a part of something. So there still is energy there to be, used in the.
So the SHIB pups are off licking their wounds, as dogs will do when they get into a fight, with scrap.
Yeah.
So, I think that, the big thing with these popularity coins is that, it's community driven. Mm-hmm. We were messaging back and forth about that yesterday when we were saying, it's like, okay. And we know that, when they have these community events, if they're not well executed and coordinated, they can backfire. I think that, Vitalik, bless his heart, for giving away $1 billion of the people's money. And kind of like, you know, can you pick a more charismatic character to give your 50% of all of your coins to when you're going to do this?
Yeah, no
Because
kidding.
there's a man who has a moral code of doing the right thing, and the doing the right thing is for the world. And the
Yeah,
unfortunate part is the individuals who may have lost some money during this time
yeah,
don't get a tax receipt unless they sell and buy back in,
yeah,
because that sell and buy back in triggers the loss, right?
yeah.
So it's that there is, this is something that I thought about, is that, having been a stock investor for a number of years, it's like when you're carrying forward losses, you got to figure out which year you want to realize the loss in
Hmm.
and sell off and then buy back in
Yeah,
at that spot, right?
yeah,
So
right. Yeah,
you had a $10 investment that turned to $1. There's a $9 loss, but you don't get to realize that loss until you actually divest of that investment. So you sell, you
yeah,
take the $9 loss, and you buy back in at $1, $1.05, $1.10, whatever it is, if you still believe in the project,
yeah.
right? Like, I had stock in Boeing, I had, stock in NOC,
Hmm.
the Northern Corporation. I had stock in LNT, and I couldn't realize those losses until I sold them off and then re-staked my position,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So it's something we need to think about for crypto as well.
Yeah, yeah. It applies to crypto for sure.
Yeah, and that we're recovering. The markets are changing direction. They're starting to move up again. I think there'll be a bit of trepidation. I think we're going to continue to see
Hmm.
sideways movement. I mean, that was a conversation we're talking about, is that Bitcoin has kind of moved sideways since you came
Yeah,
to the scene of
yeah,
as a crypto investor.
yeah. 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
it's interesting. Sorry, if on I'd heard about the Shiba coin, and I had a little bit last week, and then I heard about the community drive for this Friday, and I thought, I could. There was definitely a bit of FOMO in there, I think, and
yeah,
I thought, yeah, and so, but I put in what I was willing to lose, but I don't think I'm going to lose. I think if I just remain calm, stay patient, and just watch and learn. I think what we're watching, like you say, the trepidation, we're seeing people in real time learning
yeah.
how to move in this space.
Well, and here's the thing about, patience, right? So I had bought VeChain back in December,
Hmm.
and it was around a cent. And this is a project, this is a project, everybody's saying this is the project, everybody's saying this is the project, and you're sitting there and you're watching these other crazy coins come and blow up, right?
Yeah,
And that then it takes off and it pumps up, and it seemed to be around 6 cents forever,
yeah,
right? And it's like, oh, is this the top of it? Well, it went up to 26 cents, and right now it's sitting around 17 cents, but it's still a coin to watch.
yeah,
Look at Cardano, right?
yeah,
Cardano was teased as being the stable coin, because
yeah.
after, yeah, I mean, it had a 40-time run from last year, went up to almost $1.50 from 3 cents,
Hmm.
40, 50 times. So, it's going to take several months of this consolidation.
Hmm.
Like we've seen that in, uh, the Polkadot DEX.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
How long did that sit stale? A month
Yeah,
or
pretty
more?
close to, I think. Yeah,
And that's the shakeout, that's the consolidation piece. And that, so the Pokedex came to life. I mean, when Elon did the dump, it dropped down to like $11,
hmm,
and yesterday it hit a max high of, I think, almost $29, like 28.70, somewhere around there.
yeah. I think, no, I think it hit 29. I'm pretty sure, because I was watching it pretty, because I have some, and I sold off a couple.
Yeah,
I did a couple pulls on it, because it was doing so well, and now
yeah,
I'm gonna let it sit.
yeah,
What I have remaining, just let it sit now. Let it ride it out with it. And so, yeah, that was really good for me, even because after nothing was happening with the chip, and then the, Bitcoin going down, and Elon Musk, and then all that stuff. I'm thinking, wow, like, is anything going to be doing anything? And then next thing I know, PEDEX is like, wow, it's really, I'm seeing these nice long green candles, and it just made my day.
Yeah, and if someone had loaded up a bit when it was $11 just a few days ago,
Yeah.
that would have been a 2.5 times, almost 3 times return.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, exactly.
So we're definitely not at the end of the bear market. I'd say these are signals, right? We pay attention to.
Yeah.
And then we view how we recover. And it's like looking at, we talked about, we talk about the emotions of investing.
Yeah.
And as I was watching PEDEX with our group and chatting back and forth, it's like I saw the Elliott, but it wasn't clean. It wasn't perfect. So I kept questioning, is this really the 3 legs of Elliott, or are we going to have another run? Because it kept, like, it went down to $23 and then jumped back up to 26, 27, and it just kind of, it oscillated there a bit.
Yeah.
Right. So it was the oscillation was people, a little bit of FOMO, people taking position, and people grabbing profits at the same time. So that's what, that's what caused the correction.
Yeah. And the one thing it was really interesting for myself when I was watching it is, I haven't, because I'm fairly new, I mainly was buying. I haven't done really any trading, any selling at all. And so it's like, when I was watching it go up, and it's like, okay, what is my plan here? What am I going to pull out? Am I going to pull any out? Am I going to wait and see? And so when I was over 25%, I pulled out. Yeah, I pulled out, I don't know, maybe 20%. And I was happy with that. And then it kept going up again. I thought, well, this is interesting. So I thought, do I want to take out any more? And because what my goal is, I want to pull some out of the different coins as they pump. And I want to have a nice large chunk of USDT, so that when I buy my next coin, I'm not looking at just $100 or $200. I want to work with 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 to buy a larger quantity of coins on whatever project I feel is going to give me a good return, that has good potential, and that's a good quality project. Yeah. So, I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm comfortable with pulling another 20% out. I still have half of my holdings in PEDEX, and if it goes up, as they're saying it can go up by the end of the summer, that's going to be still a nice little return if I decide to, sell it all. Yeah. But who knows what's going to happen from now until then, right? I mean, who knows?
We don't know, right? And that's the thing, is that I was just thinking that, a token project that I have that's seen multiple returns is Matic, right? So Matic is the layer 2 scaling solution for the Ethereum network that is getting hugely adopted. And they're talking that you can, these dApps, decentralized applications, can get ported over and onto the Matic network in like 30 minutes or less.
Oh, wow.
Because it is like they have the Ethereum virtual machine. They have, like, it is, it's built on top of Ethereum to basically bring the proof of stake type of transactions to the Ethereum network on what we call layer 2, by layering on top of it and tying into the Ethereum ecosystem. So Matic was 4 cents in in January. And as I mentioned, Ivan on Tech was the guy who called that. And I'm like, okay, I went and bought some, like $500 of it. And then I didn't really know what it was, but it's like, okay, there was that, and Swissborg, it's like I was introduced to those, and Swissborg was CHSB, and Matic is MATIC, since renamed as Polygon. And, I seen that the Matic project hit $1.72 the other day. Now, I've pulled profits all along.
Yeah.
And reinvested them and bought into other projects. And I still have, a comfortable little bag of it. It's not going to be, it's not a life-changing amount, but it is definitely a comfortable amount to have sitting in there and to
Mm-hmm.
watch that.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the
Yeah.
things that we're going to see, like, you're talking about the same with PEDEX,
Yeah.
like the POKEDEX. So, we're starting to see movement, and let's say SHIB, right? Shiba Inu, right?
Yeah.
Was they launched their exchange, Hawk Finance,
Yeah.
HOKK.finance, and then there is a Hawk token.
Yeah.
Much like the Pancake Swap has the Cake token, the Hawk Finance has the Hawk token, HOKK.
Right. Right.
And HOKK was trading and is trading on Uniswap. However, now with Hawk Finance launched, you can these projects are built on top of the Ethereum network, so you can connect your MetaMask into the Hawk Finance, and you can do exchanges. So you can exchange SHIB for Hawk, and you can exchange other Ethereum-based tokens on the Hawk Finance trading platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really huge. And I was hearing also rumors that SHIB is they're talking about SHIB having their own platform.
Okay.
So, it's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
There's lots going on. And I think the Polkadot network, when it lights up, when it's fully launched, we're going to see a lot of projects blowing up. Everything that's associated with Polkadot and Polkastarter are really going to get some legs coming through in this summer. So there are a lot of really exciting things.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And Polkadot being a parachain. So that means basically the design of Polkadot is to be a cross-chain blockchain.
Okay.
Right. And so that's the whole cool thing about PokéDex is PokéDex allows you to connect multiple chains together. So it's the ability to move things from the Ethereum network and bring them into the Polkadot network.
Okay.
They have the ability to have those communications together. So some really crazy things going on. There's Atom, the Cosmos, that's starting to gain some. We're starting to see that gaining some life to it. It's signaling that it would like to move again. So there's definitely lots and lots going on. There's huge opportunities, and there's life-changing wealth opportunities coming.
Oh, absolutely. It's interesting. Last year, where I was working, I was talking to the guys, and we were talking about money, I think, and I was talking about, I'm going to be making $4 million. And of course, they all laughed, right? And I was not in a position at that point last year, but now, over the past 3 months, number one, that number seems, well, not only attainable, but totally doable. And it's not just back when I said it was like, I'm going to speak it and I'm going to visualize it or whatever, that kind of thing. And so now it's brought it that much more closer to reality.
Yeah.
Because now the mechanism, the vehicle through cryptocurrency is there.
Yeah.
To bring that about. And so that's really cool. And then I was thinking about, you have the heart-centered investor as opposed to a calculating, manipulating investor, somebody in the stock exchange, right? That's doing stuff with hedge funds or whatever that aren't appropriate, or insider trading or whatever, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking,
or people doing tweets and flipping the market.
yeah, exactly. But you take somebody that's heart-centered, what they can do with that type of wealth, and what it's no longer about myself. Because there is that part of us. I think it's like I really want it. I want that freedom. It really comes down to I want the freedom to live the kind of life that I want to live, that I've been striving to get to by the jobs that I have had in my life, but I've not been able to get there. This is, I feel, is this one great opportunity for everybody to step into that you can. And I've heard the phrase because of ShakePay is financial sovereignty, is to create and build your own financial sovereignty where you are your own financial entity because you have it. It's yours. You're controlling it. You have the wherewithal to do with it as you please. And because some of these projects, like the Gaia Coin Foundation, you'll hear us talk about that a lot, are so geared towards taking care of our planet, taking care of the things that are bestowed to us as good shepherds or good stewards to do, right? And the whole issue with energy, consumption when mining and things like that. These are things that are being addressed, and that's people that are involved with this are good people with good intentions and good motives, and that's really exciting. That you're not just on your own doing it. You're with a group, a community of people that want a better society and that can all benefit and have their own wealth and not have to rely on a third party, but can take care of it for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so exciting,
Mm-hmm.
and that, we talked about community, right? And the need, the basic human need for connection.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that when you're part of a community, and you make investing a team sport,
Yeah.
when you share from your knowledge, your expertise, your passion from a position of, a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see everybody be successful,
Mm-hmm.
not just me. I'd love to see, I want to see you be successful. I want to see, and it's like what you can share with me. And it's part of it is we grow together.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for our viewers is that's really what we're here for. And we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
Financial sovereignty. And, the whole premise of cryptocurrency is decentralized finance,
Mm-hmm.
which means you have no institution or bank that is controlling your money. You are in control.
Yeah.
And it comes back to that statement. With great
freedom
comes
great responsibility.
So with great freedom comes great responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this whole crypto thing, when we get our coins off of the exchanges and we put them into our hot wallets, so our software based wallets, whether it's on your phone or on your browser,
mm-hmm.
or a wallet that you've installed on your computer, those are hot wallets.
Yeah.
And then there's cold wallets, which are your hardware wallets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's the phrase in the crypto world,
mm-hmm.
which is not your keys, not your crypto.
Yeah.
Right. So protect your crypto. Don't store your crypto on an exchange longer than you need to trade or stake it.
Yeah.
Right. Because an example is Hotbit. Right. So Hotbit I believe just got back online for a better part of almost 3 weeks. It was offline.
Yeah.
And, they said that no funds were taken and they shut down. But so if you had money sitting on Hotbit, you lost access to it while they were recovering the exchange.
Yeah.
They did a full ground up rebuild.
Yeah. That's scary.
And then the story about Turkey.
Yeah.
2 exchanges getting shut down in Turkey.
Yeah.
And, so again, if people had their crypto sitting in wallets, non-custodial wallets sitting on the exchange, they lost access to that.
Mm-hmm.
And we still don't know what happened in Turkey. I haven't really looked further, but so this leads us into a heartbreaking story about an individual that was departed from her crypto.
Yeah.
Right. So they were trading on PancakeSwap.
Yeah.
And they had their wallet connected to PancakeSwap. And I I don't really have the details of this yet because it's still a little bit of a sensitive time because of what happened.
Yeah.
But apparently they were having a challenge, and they reached out on Twitter, and Pancake Swap support reached out to help her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they suggested to use the Recover Wallet application,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to which she used her seed phrases to recover her wallet. So
Mm-hmm.
it could have been the Binance Smart Chain wallet, could have been the MetaMask wallet, whichever it was.
Mm.
And she saw coins disappear from her wallet almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then she confirmed that everything that she had in her holdings was taken.
Yeah.
Um,
That's such a shame.
oh man, that would be freaking devastating. And my heart goes out. Like, I feel really
Yeah.
bad about that. And I feel like, wow, we have a responsibility
Yeah.
to say never, ever, ever put your recovery keys into an application or software that you don't fully understand and you haven't fully researched.
Yeah.
And if you're in doubt about it, reach out to someone, drop us a
Yeah.
comment or a question,
Mm-hmm.
ask us, because we're happy to comment on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whether it's, thousands upon thousands or a small amount, it doesn't matter. It's devastating to the person that lost what they've been spending time, not only the learning curve of getting into it, but then the devotion you put into the projects. You get excited, all the emotional ups and downs you've experienced, only for it to be gone.
Stripped.
And then the emotional pounding you give yourself over it when you realize what you've done, and you feel how you feel about yourself too. And so it's such a difficult recovery emotionally to get back on it and to get back into it. But what it does give you, the sting definitely gives you the reminder, and you will never go down that road again. It's a hard and sad lesson to have to learn.
It is. And it's like, oh,
And you wish you could do something. You wish you could give them the magic answer so that they get it back, right? But
yeah, I mean,
you can't.
It's next to impossible to get it back. Next to, I mean, look at what happened with the Trezor incident.
Yeah.
The iPhone, $600,000 US in crypto gone because they put their recovery seed phrase into an illegitimate wallet application.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So let's talk about this, right? So you have a private key and a public key for your wallet.
Yeah.
Right? And the private key is recovered with those 12 or 24 words into the seed phrase.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the technical protocol level, RFC stuff, but we'll just keep it really high. But that's what it's used for. And so, because it used to be this in the beginning of cryptocurrency, the beginning of Bitcoin, is you had to copy down that long cryptic hexadecimal number, which is your private key.
Mm-hmm.
So it's understandable that you could screw that up or lose it.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's how people were losing access to their wallets.
Yeah.
And so, there was a consortium of people who got together and say, well, let's create this recovery seed phrase where these words become part of the cryptography of part of the the cipher to create the key. So it doesn't matter where your wallet is, if you've got 12 seed phrase or a 24 word phrase, that you can restore that wallet on, whether it's hardware, it's software, hot wallet, cold wallet. It can be restored using those, and it follows the protocol to create the private key, right? And it's the private key that gives you ownership of the crypto that's on the blockchain.
Right.
So nothing really lives in your wallet. Your wallet doesn't, it's not like a bank account where you're sticking, a safety deposit box where you're pushing in your cash.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a balance sheet saying, Bill exchanged, 3 USDT and got 100 billion SHIB.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
And so you're holding that. It's just a pointer that says you put this $3 in and you got these coins at this value at this time. And then they take your private key and they use that in the encryption of that transaction,
Right.
and they lock it down to your public address.
So when she initiated that Restore Wallet app, they would have asked for the public and private key?
No, they just asked for her seed phrase.
How would they have gotten her private key?
All you need is the seed phrase.
That's all you need is a seed phrase, and that points
because
you
you
to
take the seed phrase,
key.
and the seed phrase goes into the application that is a common application to generate the seed phrase. So that's the cipher decipher, is the algorithm, the program, the software that's used to create that. So when you hand off your seed phrase,
that's it.
They got everything. They'll get your public addresses. They'll get your private addresses. They get the wallet. They can restore the wallet because as long as they know, okay, this is a Binance Smart Chain. Once I put my key pair into this, it's going to go out and it's going to synchronize with the Binance Smart Chain, and I'm going to see all of the transactions that are associated with that wallet. So if that Recover app was a piece of bogusware, right? So it's not, all it did was when you entered in those seed phrases, it sent it off to the bad guys, the threat actors.
Yeah.
And then they take the money. I think that's how it works.
But being that everything is viewable, you would know where those tokens were moved?
Oh, absolutely.
You just wouldn't know the owner.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's like they could move it to this address, to that address, to that address, to that address, especially if they've compromised a bunch of wallets. They could ping pong it around.
Bounce around, yeah.
And then eventually bounce it through a privacy coin like Monero, and it disappears.
Right. So, and there's never a way to know the owner of an address. That's the whole point of it being decentralized, that you can't necessarily ever get back to the actual owner of that address.
There's a couple of ways, let's talk about that. There's a couple of ways that you can sleuth that together.
Yeah.
Right? If you've KYC'd, which means know your customer, on an exchange, and you use that wallet address, you don't generate a new address every time you do a transaction, then you're leaving breadcrumbs to lead back to you.
Right.
And if these nefarious people, these threat actors are doing this, I would suspect that they're clever enough to know to always generate a new address. Right. And most likely they're not KYC'd with that device, with that wallet. And as I was saying, they may have compromised wallets. Like that wallet that this person had is compromised. Yeah. Right. So it's already been cleaned out. So the only thing you can do now is delete it, but you can't go into the blockchain and remove it because it's permanently, indelibly connected to the blockchain. Right. Right. So just think about these nefarious actors could reuse that wallet in the future.
Because you can't change anything of that wallet from your end.
Yeah, because it's already been committed into the blockchain. And this is the whole beauty of blockchain, right? It's like once it's locked into the blockchain, it's locked into the blockchain permanently. There's no undoing it. That's why when we're transferring funds between wallets, we definitely want to make certain that we're sending the right coin to the right wallet to the right address using the right protocol.
Well, then what I would do from a security point of view is when I know that wallet's compromised, I would flag that wallet if there's any activity you don't allow any activity somehow. I don't know if that's even possible, but somehow flag it. So it's like, okay, things are going on here again. We know this is a compromised wallet, and then figure out a way to.
Yeah. And that's why, like, when Bitcoin was dumping a month ago, or Ethereum was dumping a month ago, it was like, oh, that's the stuff that was stolen from KuCoin.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I remember that.
2017, that's the stuff.
Yeah.
So those wallet addresses were associated with those acts.
Okay.
But, how could you? So KYC is one way.
Yeah.
Another way is to take the IP address of the transaction and find out where the IP is registered from.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you're using Shaw or Cogeco as your internet service provider,
Yeah.
then you're going to have an IP address that's associated with that. And then if I'm an investigator, I could go to Shaw and say, I could get the RCMP involved or the FBI involved to find out who account owned that IP address at that time.
Yeah.
And the ISPs have all of this information.
Yeah.
They
Oh, yeah.
know,
They would.
yeah, they know when, right? There's all these logs are here. And these are text logs, and they're just tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of data.
Yeah.
And they're available and searchable. So it's that. So you can use that to find out the association.
Yeah.
So there's different ways of doing that. And then what the threat actors do is they use VPNs. They use what we call bots. So they turn your computer into a bot.
Yeah.
So that they can flip traffic through you, and you being unawares, right?
Yeah.
Not knowing that, I've been turned into a sleeper agent, if you will.
Yeah. Right.
That, so they ping pong their traffic through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 ways to hide their tracks.
Yeah.
Right. And, it sounds a little bit like, the Cold Files and NCIS, a little bit of TV made for TV. But this is the thing, is that these things that we see, like, they're real life stories, and it's heartbreaking to the people.
The real people.
The people that get stripped of their crypto. Regardless how much it is, it's a fortune.
Yeah.
And so from a security and privacy perspective, right? It's that, if you're using an exchange, is to make certain that you set up all of the security features on that exchange.
Yeah.
Right? Strong, unique password, 2-factor authentication using Google Authenticator, connected to your cell phone. It's connected to email. You've enabled the phishing phrase.
Yeah.
You want a trading password. You whitelist addresses that you will only send and receive information from. And then when you go to add an address, it's going to get you to do your 2FA. It's going to get you to give them your trading password. It's going to send you email, and it may also send an SMS, right? So there may be 5 or 6 or 7 pieces of information.
Yeah.
And
port lock your phone.
Yep. And you want to make certain that your phones, exactly, port lock your phone. So it's that when we're using multiple approaches of security, it makes it more difficult to circumvent an account.
Yeah.
It's not that it's impossible. It's just that there's many moving pieces. Right. And I think that's the piece, in that because of those 12-word phrase, right, when you have anybody who has those words can recover your wallet.
Yeah.
There was, I saw a news story about, Canadian man refuses to turn over password for his wallet to authorities.
Yeah.
And this is where like, a lot of people will say, where should I store my words? And the first place I was thinking was like, oh, you should have them written down, and you could store them in your in a
Safety deposit box.
safety deposit box. I was thinking Social Security box. It's like no. Thank you for the save, Bill.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And so, but the thing is that there are ways, like if you don't pay your fees, then you lose access to it, and the contents can be taken to cover the fees of an inactive, safety deposit box. So there's so many things where we can lose stuff. So it's that. Then there's also ways of setting up, multi-custodial, so where you have to have multiple wallets to allow access to funds. And that's important for corporations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It would be important for family wealth practices, where so that no one person could move things without the. So there's so many things that we can do to protect ourselves, and the key is those words are the keys to our kingdom.
Yeah.
Right. And
so true.
There is no way you should be sharing those or putting them into software you don't trust. Do everything that you can do to protect your computer and your phone. Yes, you may have an Apple iPhone or an Apple iMac or MacBook, whatever it is, but when we're dealing with hundreds of thousands and potential of millions of dollars, err on the side of caution.
Yes.
Go and buy that security software and be annoyed. Because I would rather be annoyed than out $600,000.
Oh, so true.
Right. And, so, it's like, I feel really sad for anybody that has become a victim of these nefarious people who are stealing.
Yeah.
Right? And, taking your seed phrase, getting you to hand over your seed phrase in a ploy to help you get a transaction done. Don't do that. And, I really feel sorry for the person. And that then the other thing is, don't look for someone to trade for you. These are the things that are coming in. Oh, I found a way, I was trading by myself and losing money. And then I met George, and George started trading for me, and I make $20,000 every week now. Here's George's contact info. George makes $20,000 a week because he's duping people out of their money. People don't make money. Right?
Yeah.
Be very, very, very wary of those types of scams.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people who have been around in crypto for a long time that are saying scam coins, shit coins, rug pulls, because they've been burnt themselves.
Yeah.
Right. And, the unfortunate thing is the school of hard knocks is what people believe the most. But, be very suspicious. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust me.
Don't trust me.
Yeah, don't trust us. Question us, because that's what you're here to do. And then when it feels right to you, you know what to do. We're not making decisions for you. All we're doing is we're just offering our own unique perspective.
Yeah. And don't give away your seed phrase ever.
Yeah. It's, let's go back to the Dogecoin Saturday Night Live. That was only 1 week ago.
I know.
Right. And we saw the battle between the Doge community and the Wall Street dudes playing out.
Mm-hmm.
And, Doge has gone kind of quiet. We've seen that tweet by Elon saying that he's working with the Doge team to make the transactions more efficient. It's like the boy just loves to toy with emotions.
Oh, he does.
So
mm-hmm.
It's that whole thing. It's like technical analysis of meme coins without understanding that social piece.
Yeah.
The hype coins, the meme coins. It's got to be both. It's like, because the people who are plugged into the social scene, that are listening to what's going on, what people are saying, and then looking at the technical analysis and marrying the two together,
mm-hmm.
they're the ones who can, see great success in this.
Yeah.
Where the rest of us mere mortals, scratch our heads and go, wow,
that makes no sense.
Didn't see that one coming.
No. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That was good.
Wow. I guess we're pretty much talked ourselves out of a show.
We did. We talked ourselves right out of a show, and it was Elon didn't kill the bull run.
He did not.
No, he did not. The bull run is alive and kicking. It's just coming up in projects that may have been dormant for a little bit. And that's what altcoin season does. When first Bitcoin cooled it,
mm-hmm.
then Ethereum went on a tear, and Ethereum's kind of cooled it for a little bit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum's holding really well around the $4,000, $4,100, $3,900 in that range.
Yeah.
So now we're starting to see some life in the high cap altcoins. Ethereum.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think we're going to see Bitcoin's going to come back for a surge and a rally.
Mm-hmm.
And Ethereum's going to have a surge and a rally. And I think we're going to see some interesting things in June. So the rest of May has got lots of stuff in store.
Yeah.
And we look forward to continuing to have this connection and conversation with our audience. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things. I promised I would say that at the beginning of the.
I'll have to remind you next time.
Yeah, we'll do it next time.
Now make sure we want to get the viewership for Jeff's channel up on YouTube. Get the subscription numbers up for sure.
Yeah.
Get this channel monetized for you too.
Yeah, and I'd love to see the same with your channel, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So part of it is that as we go together, we grow together, we learn together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, me too. It's very informative for me, and I'm always learning something. I'm just glad because I don't have that strong technical side. I'm coming from a different perspective and experience as a beginner. I can actually contribute too. So that's really good for me. But it's been awesome. It's been so good. Great friendship. You're a great mentor. You have a big heart. You have such a big heart, and so it's been super good.
Yeah, no, it has been awesome. A little bit of bromance going on here. With, Bill, you've been. I really enjoy having these heart-centered conversations and going into all the emotions.
Yeah, for sure. We aren't quite to the level of finishing each other's sentences, but
that might take a few years.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
But we love guitars and we love cars, so.
Yep. And apparently we love cryptocurrency.
Yeah, very much. Very close to our hearts.
Yeah, so that's awesome. All right, folks.
All right.
Have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Okay, Bill.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.